Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Jay Lee's Corner. I am, of course, Jay Lee. My camera is weird today. I don't know what's up with that. Thank you for tuning in to Jay Lee's Corner. I am Jay Lee. If you have not done so already, please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It just lets you know when I have new videos and new content on my channel. And as I say in every video, I love new subscribers. I am still new to YouTube. I've only been on doing videos since April of this year. So please, please, please subscribe. Yes, you can see my hair is in the bun. Today, no, it's not in the bun. I will be doing this a lot just because my hair is on my face. I have the fan blowing because it's hot. I can't have my air conditioner on because it makes too much noise to do a video. It's not loud, but you can just hear, a little bit of it. So please excuse this. I'm not trying to be, fancy. I really do hate when my hair is on my neck, which is why I usually always have it in a bun. But I'm sorry, that was petty. Anywho, this is my review for tonight's episode of The Have and the Have Not. So this episode 3 of season 4. Tonight's episode, let's just get into it. Tonight's episode for me, it was just a lot of conversation. Nothing was really accomplished. I don't think any questions were answered. For me, it was kind of like a throwaway episode. Like, if you didn't see today's episode, you wouldn't be lost next week, really. I prefer episodes that everything in that episode means something. Like, you just have to kind of see what they're talking about. And for me, oh God, I'm so sorry, y'all. I promise I'll have a bun within the next 2 days. But yeah, I just felt like they could have had more of just like something. The episode does start with Benny still being arrested. The cop to me is an asshole. You're arresting him basically because he wouldn't give you a phone number. He was telling you he didn't know anything. I don't think that's a reason to arrest anyone, but of course we know the most that they can do is hold him for I think 24 to 48 hours. But it was still to me a dumb reason to be like, we're going to arrest you because I think you did something wrong. And you're the same height as the person who we think might have helped Candace do the murder. You have to have more than that to take me in. And again, Benny, why won't you say, I want to talk to my lawyer? I don't have anything to say. But of course, Benny don't know what to do in most situations. But he should, because he's not an idiot. So yeah, for me, I was like, it's dumb to have him really being arrested. I think that's just crazy. Because the cops said, we're arresting you for it because you won't talk. You can't arrest somebody for that. You have to have a warrant, I believe, to even... I don't like that story part. I don't like that part of the story. It was just stupid to me. And even when Mitch is saying, okay, I'm going to call Veronica, and Benny's like, no, don't call her. Benny, the reason you in this predicament is because you don't want to get the help when you need the help, and goddamn it, you need the damn help right now, Benny. So luckily for them, who just happens to be walking through the hallway, because as I said before, for some reason, all of them is at the same goddamn hospital in the middle of the night. And for some reason, Veronica's dressed as if she's going to a goddamn dinner party with the president, and her dress and her heels, and she's all done up. And it has to be like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not even like regular daytime. So for me, I'm like, this is the dead of night. Why you? Anywho. But yeah, they are at the hospital. So when Mitch sees Veronica, hey, Miss Harrington. And he's like, oh, here we go. Benny is so far. And, because he doesn't kind of want Veronica's help, but he needs her help. So Veronica does ask the cop, like, what's going on here? I'm his lawyer. I will talk to him anywhere I please. And the cop is like, you know how this goes. You can talk to him at the station. And he takes him away. The first question as a lawyer would have been, why are you arresting my client? You didn't want to ask that question, and if the cop doesn't give you an answer, I think they have to. I think legally you have to tell a person's lawyer why they're being arrested. But Tyler Perry, I'm almost want to say fuck you, but we gonna hold off on that fuck you right now, Mr. Perry. Um, so Veronica does say, she'll see him at the police station. Benny don't say shit. Let's hope Benny listens because that's the last time we see Benny for this episode. It goes on to Veronica seeing David walk through the hospital because, of course, all the people are at the hospital except Candace, as who's where most people are at night in the bed sleep. But yeah, Veronica sees David walking through, and she goes to talk to David. She follows him through the hospital. We know David is there. Damn it, David is there looking for Jeffrey because Candace told David in the last episode that Jeffrey is actually who helped her murder Quincy. So when Veronica does catch up with David, all she care about is where you meet that girl at, David? Hoppo. Who this woman is all she concerned about. She don't care about the girl Melissa who didn't try to kill herself. She don't care about Wyatt. She don't care about Benny going to jail. Oh, my boyfriend. Did you see my boyfriend getting arrested? These young guys. Veronica is so pathetic, homegirl. Just cut it out. David ain't giving her no type of attention. He just like, bitch, I don't want to talk to you. It's like you ain't even there. Let me get some information from the dang nurse's station. But lo and behold, what does David not know that you need to have when you go to a hospital? The person's last name. All he knows is that her first name is Melissa. And Veronica's like, you should know the last name of your future daughter-in-law. Ain't nobody marrying that girl but you, Veronica. That girl don't want Jeffrey. Jeffrey don't want that girl. And I'm still not convinced that she's pregnant. I mean, well, I guess we can't say yes, she is pregnant because the doctor did say the baby was okay. So I'm guessing they did an ultrasound. But I was questioning whether she was pregnant or not because, I just was. And you just never know. But yeah. So David doesn't know where Jeffrey is because it's the dead of night and everybody know in hospitals you have bad signals. So of course Jeffrey can't pick up the phone. He don't know where the girl Melissa room is at to even go find Jeffrey. And because he's not talking to Veronica, Veronica won't tell him the girl Melissa's last name or tell him where the girl room is at. She trying to pay, you tell me a secret, I tell you a secret. If you tell me where you met this girl at, Hoppo, who that woman? If you tell her where you met the girl at, she'll at least tell you Melissa's last name or what to find Jeffrey. But David pays Veronica dust. He goes and he has a seat. He leaves Jeffrey a message that, I'm waiting for you in the main, in the waiting area or whatever. And that's just where they sit. Him and Veronica are having, Veronica's having a conversation with David. David is basically ignoring her. Letting her know, I'm happy I'm divorcing you. I'm over you. I'm so happy I moved on. You crazy, crazy bitch. It's basically what David is saying. That's basically what the world is saying. Veronica been crazy since season 1. She's always been a little. She started off as just a mean lady, and then she went from mean to this bitch a little petty, and then she went from a petty bitch to a crazy bitch, and she tried to burn him up in the house fire, and now she's just crazy because he's over her antics and she can't believe that he's over her antics and she, oh my god, and she just wants him to pay her some kind of attention. So she's talking and she's like, when you love someone and you tell them all your secrets and they know everything about you, basically threatening David to reveal whatever secrets that she's helped him bury over the years of them being together. David then lets her ass know, I'm not scared of you. I know your bodies are buried too. Meaning, we both know where the bodies is buried, bitch. So if you bury me, I'ma bury you. That's something else. You can't never let nobody know all your secrets. You don't do it. Especially when you know they're a little bit batshit crazy. Like, it's one thing to be ride or die, and you down for the person you with or whatever. For me, Veronica always has seemed a little bit different. Like, a little bit, I don't think you should tell her all your secrets because if you do, she might try to blackmail you with that shit one day. And that's what she's trying to do. But David's still not giving in to her antics. He did let her know that she's a rabbit wolf. And as he called her a rabbit wolf, Jim old crazy ass come out from the blue and he howling. Cause first I was like, did he call her a rabbit wolf and then start howling? it. But it was funny that Jim actually just heard their conversation and he just kind of butted himself into the middle. So, Devil 1, Devil 2, and Devil 3 all up in the hospital room having a conversation. That can be the start of a joke. But, anywho, and all Jim is concerned about is if David has gotten Oscar to find or to trace Ward's phone number, because again, they have to find Ward before Mama Rose finds Ward and kills his ass. Veronica, of course, is wondering what they have up their sleeves because she's just a nosy person to figure out what's going on. And of course, Veronica and Jim go back and forth with their insults, and Jim asks Veronica if she's still keeping their secret. And Veronica, oh, silly stuff, but not silly, but she's petty. She's a woman. She does what she do. She says out loud, "Oh, you mean that, keeping a secret about Catherine killing the DA? Now you're going to say that out loud in the hospital room, and everybody know a hospital room is an echo. So if the fact that no one heard that, to me, is fake, because I've been in the hospital room in a waiting area, and if you sneeze too loud, the whole area hear you. If you on the phone and you say, it ain't STD, everybody know you there for STD test. You ain't no secrets in the waiting lobby in the hotel, in the hospital. Everybody can hear everything. But he's like, thank you for holding that secret. But I'm also working on, keeping it a secret and keeping everything, everything. And then she's like, well, you should be working on. And Jim keeps cutting her off, all while David ain't giving a fuck about either one of them two. He trying to find Jeffrey. But then Veronica lets Jim know, oh, in case you don't know, your drugged out son is in the hospital. I didn't do nothing to him. He doing it to his damn self. Which is true, because Wyatt has been on drugs all 4 seasons. Wyatt ain't been clean. Not a one time has Wyatt been clean. I just think he need Jesus. So yeah, Melissa. I'm sorry. Going to the next thing. My notes are right here. But Jim then is upset because he's like, I didn't even know Wyatt was in the hospital. Now he's trying to get information. And Veronica just sachets away as they're trying to figure out what's going on and wait to get some kind of information on why Wyatt is in the hospital. So the next scene, of course, is Jeffrey having a conversation with Melissa. He walks into her room and Melissa's like, get out. Because of course she ain't checking for Jeffrey. She ain't checking for Veronica. I'm pretty sure she feel like that the reason she in this whole predicament. Because again, I was only under your thumb, Veronica, because you was paying my daddy's hospital bills. Bitch, you was late on his payments. My daddy dead. Fuck you and your whole family. Is I'm pretty sure how Melissa feels. And Jeffrey says that he's just trying to check on her to see how she's doing. Of course she's doing fucked up. She tried to kill herself, bruh. Her daddy dead, and she just all discombobulated. I'm pretty sure she's numb to all the bullshit that she felt like y'all have put on her this whole time. Because while you might not have forced her to be with you, you have been an evil asshole to her this whole time, as if she's the reason that you're in the predicament that you're in. Jeffrey, you treated her like a piece of shit solely because your mother were blackmailing basically both of y'all. What you should have did is teamed up with her and got back at your mama. She suggested that at one point, but you so busy being upset with your mama and not want to give in that you were an asshole to Melissa. So then to come into Melissa and be like, I don't want you to hurt yourself. I care about you. Since when, bitch? You ain't care when you was in the bed and I was telling you to go see your lover and you was all like, I don't want to talk to you. You were always mean to that girl. Period. And you were mean to her as if she had any other option, the same way as if you had any other option. You up under your mama thumb. She was up under your mama thumb. Y'all should have tag teamed your mama together. That's what you do. When you have a common enemy, you team up with them and you kill your damn enemy. Not kill as a murder, but take them down. But you didn't do that. So she has every right to still be just as upset with you that she is with your mother. And as Melissa said to Jeffrey, you're just like your mother. You like to inflict pain on other people. And you did. Because you was mad at your mama and because she was forcing Melissa to be with you, you inflicted pain on Melissa, verbally and mentally, because you was an asshole to that girl. And, she wasn't trying to hear you. So she was just like, get the fuck out. All I had was my father. And when Jeffrey says, well, you have your mom too. And she's like, my mom just as bad as your mom. My dad loved me. So for her, she lost the one person who loved her. And Jeffrey is going to end up having to figure that out. Now, my personal opinion, I really do feel like Melissa, once she's out the hospital and once she is better in some sort of way, I think her and even Candace can team up, or her and Jeffrey, or her whoever. But I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with against Veronica. I think she's going to blame Veronica for the reason her life is in shambles. And the fact that her father is no longer alive, Veronica can't force her to do anything because it can't be, if you don't marry my son, I'm gonna stop paying for your father's stuff. My father's dead now, so I can't wait for that part of the story to happen. And if that part of the story don't, Tyler, you should hire me as a writer, because these writers you have, sometimes they don't even be thinking about the things on down the line. So just plugging myself. So the next scene, which is Hannah and Catherine at Catherine's house, and Hannah's still playing the role that she's in. She's playing the card that she's dealt. She's playing this grieving grandmother, and a lot of her scenes is going to be like not a lot of conversation. It's all about emotion and making a person feel something even if you're not talking. And I feel like she's doing a great job of that. She is making the audience feel for her. She's making the audience feel for themselves. I put myself in her shoes, and it's a horrendous thing to even think of. And when Catherine's sitting there telling her like, you need to take a shower, take this pill, take a shower, because once the pill kick in, I won't be able to move you. Um, uh, Hannah don't even realize her hands are covered in blood. Like, that's how out of it she is. And when she does look down and she sees the blood on her hands, she breaks down again, because it's another realization. I got this baby's blood on my hands in so many different ways. I'm his mother's mother. I felt like I didn't do right by him and protect him enough. And now his blood is literally on my hands, and I'm not even in the mindset to realize it. Loved that scene. Loved it. Even um the fact that she's angry. You know what I'm saying? She's questioning her faith. Those are true emotions when someone passes away or when someone is murdered. Even if you have the best and the strongest faith in our Lord Jesus Christ, some people still question their faith because they are so grief stricken. And she went from grieving and not feeling anything to she's angry. She's upset. She's pissed. And that's just a part of grief as well. So kudos to Hannah. I need to find out what her real name is. I remember her when she played on In the Heat of the Night a long time ago, when she was a deputy on there. So I remember her from that. So yeah, she's really, really, really playing the shit out of this role this season. I love how Catherine is right there beside her and helping her through it, because that's the same thing that Hannah did when her daughter killed herself. So I think it's a good thing to have them come kind of full circle, even though it was a whole bunch of bullshit in the middle of everything else that went on, between you know um, Wyatt almost killing Benny and things like that, or whatever. I think it's good that they're still good and they're still there for each other. Even watching Hannah wash the blood off her hands was, um, I won't say therapeutic, but it was a scene of her feeling something to do something different and kind of move on with the piece of, okay, let me get the blood off my hands and let me try to go get some sleep. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Candace and Oscar. They could have kept that scene, in my personal opinion. It was just Oscar saying, "I, here's $250,000. This is the start. I just need you to give me the information that you have on the fake Barack Obama. I'm gonna call that man the fake Barack Obama until I can think of what his real name is." But Oscar just saying to her, this is a long run game. Don't think so short sighted. And Candace saying, "I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the first lady. I don't want to have to, play this game for the next 4 or 8 years and then be, first lady." Um, I wouldn't like if that was how the story went either. When Candace said he doesn't even want to do it either, I'm hoping that means that they're going to some kind of way make him lose, and in some kind of way that would be a part of Candace's new storyline to get herself up in the upper echelon class of things. I think that would be a cool new storyline to not have her so much engulfed in the whole greedy, I'm a prostitute, I'm sleeping with people, I'm scamming people. Like, give her a different type of storyline because for me, that is getting old. I want them to wrap up the whole war situation this season. Wrap up her friend. I can't think of the friend's name right now. Wrap all that shit up. Even wrap up Oscar. Get all that shit out of here. But them having that conversation, it was a back and forth thing. Him saying, "Well, if you won't do it, I'm taking the money back," and her saying, "Fuck you, I'm keeping the money, and if you don't give it to me, I'ma scream." Ah! And then she screams and he leaves and he's left her with the money. They could have kept that scene. Um, Lastly, Jeffrey, Wyatt, and Justin. Wyatt's a drug addict. He's going through withdrawals. I like the fact that he apologized to Jeffrey because he realized as he's going through his withdrawals, Jeffrey is his only friend, and no matter how bad of a friend he is to Jeffrey, Jeffrey is still always in his corner. That's the true thing of friendship. However, my friends can't play me. Like, my friends are my friends. Once you are an asshole to me and you not a friend to me, I'm not sticking around for your bullshit at all. Like, my people is my people. You know what I'm saying? I have my circle of people, and it ain't gonna change. But for Wyatt, he realizes he doesn't have anyone. All he has is Jeffrey, and in his own way, he does love Jeffrey. But as the doctor said to him, he doesn't love you in the way of sexual. He loves you friendship wise. So I thought that was cool. Wyatt just asking Jeffrey, please stay here with me because he's going through withdrawal. He's scared. He's sick. He's hurt. He's in pain. He's very vulnerable, and he's playing the shit out of a drug addict role. I mean, he got the shakes. His face look all crazy. He's doing a really good job. It makes you wonder, was he ever on crack in his real life? Just joking. But yeah, Justin, however, is a little stalker. I don't know what Jeffrey put on that man. All I know is he put some on that man. That man is on Jeffrey's ass, literally. He, I need to talk to you. Excuse me, can I talk to you? And Wyatt's like, that dude's weird. Yes, he is weird, but he is a undercover gay man who feels comfortable with Jeffrey. So I think for him it's different. He feels like he can only be himself with Jeffrey. So seeing Jeffrey with any other man for him is hard. And he's just being, a little stalkerish. And we all know they say, sometimes cops can be very crazy and controlling and on that ass. And I think the fact that you factor into it that he's also an undercover gay person, it makes him be even a little bit more crazy. And he admitted that. He eventually did talk to Jeffrey, pulled Jeffrey into the stairwell, and Veronica saw them go into the stairwell. And they just had a conversation, and he just admitted, "Hey, I'm sorry. When I saw you with Wyatt, I got jealous. I did not know that was your friend. I can get a little crazy." And he was just begging, like, let's talk, don't break up with it was almost as if he was begging, as if he was begging Jeffrey not to stop seeing him. And Jeffrey like, we not even dating. Jeffrey, you dating that man. Like, y'all done had sex a couple of times. And I'm back my camera over. And I'm a firm believer, and once you do certain sexual things with other people, y'all have to be in some kind of, at least a situationship. And the fact that you know this man is not completely comfortable in his sexuality, but you still have slept with him on multiple occasions, that's your boyfriend, and don't act like it ain't. So they did come to the conclusion of Jeffree did accept his apology. Um, Justin did admit to caring for Jeffree and how he's trying to get more comfortable being who he is, and he needs Jeffree to at least give him credit for that, which I agree with. Jeffree was treating him as if he was a regularly gay person who was living this gay life, and Jeffree barely out the closet his damn self. So you can't really fault another gay person who isn't fully out the closet. If you gonna sleep with someone who's partially in the closet, you need to give them time to come out. Point blank into the period. So, uh, Justin grabs him and kisses him before Jeffree leaves. And for me, it was awkward because I'm like, Justin, when the character who plays Justin is Candace's, Tika Sumter's fiance in real life. So for me, I'm like, I don't know how comfortable I can be with my man kissing another man on camera. I know it's just acting. I know, as an actor, you have to do certain things. But, you know, but I guess that's why I'm single. But still, I think I might rather be. Let me not go there. Sometimes I get distracted, and let me not get distracted. So, it does end with Jeffree going back to Wyatt, and Justin's like, "Are you going back to him?" And Jeffree's like, "Yes," and you have to be okay with it because he's my friend. And that's when he plants a little kiss on Jeffree, like, you need to call me. And Jeffree's like, "I'm gonna call you later." It was cute, like a girlfriend who's mad at her boyfriend, and she's like, "You better call me." And he be like, "All right, girl, I'ma call you." But yeah, Jeffree walks away. Justin sits down to gather his thoughts in the stairwell where they were talking, and up walks Veronica from the stairwell. She saw them go into the stairwell, and she went around to the floor below them to listen to the conversation. And what did she find out? That Justin is actually married. Boom. And the episode went off. So it was still a good episode, but I still wish, what I'm saying, I wanted a little bit more, but I was still entertained. I still was able to do this review with you guys. And so that is the end of my review. I will see you guys next time. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.